Chapter 3, The Uncertainty of Appreciation, page number 26 of the book Who Says You Can't? You Do, Daniel Chidiak. The Certainty of Appreciation. There was once a man who was complaining about only having one pair of shoes until he met a man with only one leg. My grandfather. Don't hate, appreciate. In a hotel elevator in Paris, I was faced with a question that warranted an immediate answer. I was smiling from ear to ear, thinking about life. I was appreciating the fact that I was in Paris, but more important, that I had discovered my power as a human being. I was having such an overwhelming moment of appreciation that I forgot someone was in the elevator with me. A woman. She was probably in her mid-30s and was dressed quite nicely. She turned to me and said, "Why are you so happy?" As if it was a rare sight, and I guess it is quite rare. Without hesitation, I said, "The first thing that came to mind, because I am alive." Looking at me like I was from outer space, she stormed off when the elevator doors opened, completely irritated. I just wondered how her day or her life would play out with that attitude. I had sympathy for her. I doubted that she actually knew how much power she had in changing her resentment toward life. I was curious to know whether she knew how her attitude was hurting her. I did not know anything else about her life, but it still struck me as pretty sad, especially since I was reminded of a time when I felt similarly to her. There was a period along my journey, definitely the point of no return, when I felt a sense of emptiness. I had not had that feeling in such a long time, and I must admit a fear came over me. At that point, I was teaching people about gaining fulfillment and making real positive change. Yet here I was at another point of confusion. I guess I forgot to acknowledge that I was still human. Yet even more important, I recognized that I had left a major hole in my daily routine. I was so caught up in getting this book finished, coaching, designing verbal programs, and helping others that I forgot to stand still and really get into a state of appreciation. Anyone could have seen what was wrong with my day-to-day life, but it totally flew over my head. I even had feelings of fear before I would go and talk to someone about this stuff, like the words were not going to come out right. I thought that I was losing my touch in writing, and everything seemed distorted. I decided that day that another would not start until I began with reading my gratitude list, which was the first page I had ever written on my journey. That day, crying in my room, I had pulled out a piece of paper. Still crying, I rushed to write down everything that I was grateful for in my life. It has never been rewritten, and I still read that rough copy today. It changed my whole life, and even now, it's the only thing that can get me into a state of really embracing life's greatness. It's my true inspiration. I then realized that this experience was just another lesson learned and a means to help me teach others about its absolute importance. I was already teaching people to appreciate and create gratitude lists, but this single event allowed me to discover the immense impact gratitude has on one's life. Getting into a state of appreciation is absolutely crucial to our happiness, regardless of how advanced we may think we are. It does not matter what situation you are in. Consciously summoning deep gratitude will enhance the quality of your life. We get so caught up with things that we want, experiences we have had, the hustle and bustle of working life, raising children, or getting our finances on track, that we neglect to be grateful for what we have. How can we ever be happy if we are not content with who we are and appreciate of the only thing that is ever real right now? I mean, even if we go and make $1 million and then want another million, then another, we are still at that point of emptiness and unfulfillment. It's the same story with every area of our life. If we don't take a moment to really appreciate the most important things, then we are never going to be happy. It's not wrong to keep wanting. We are human after all, but we can't forget the feeling that fulfills us, gratitude. The day I realized I had been leaving it out, I came up with an adage that I now repeat every morning. A wise man never dwells on what he does not have. He remains in constant appreciation of what he has already, while being in pursuit of what he wants. It's the same with everything. If we don't use it, we lose it. The challenge is that most don't remind themselves how to love life. So they forget instead. They continually practice how to hate it. So they get damn good at that. Time is our most precious commodity. If you are not using it wisely, you are wasting it ignorantly. The only thing that can ever fulfill us is gratitude, acknowledging the beauty of what we have and who we really are. When I ask people that they think the most important things are in life, I usually hear the same answers. Family, friends, faith, and even being alive all make the top of the list. Would you agree? The most important things in life deserve nothing less than constant reminders. Then why don't we remind ourselves if we do not make a daily conscious effort to recognize these things? The truth is, we will search around in the dark looking for a happiness that has been with us our whole life. Ignoring what you already have is the major factor I see in unhappiness. I ask you to ask and answer this question with sincerity. In your life, what means the most to you? Write a list. Whatever makes the list is a priority, so treat it that way and make reading the list a part of your daily routine. I will explain in greater detail how to put this list together on page 36. As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words but to live by them. John Fitzgerald Kennedy. John F. Kennedy. Appreciation is truly the ultimate feeling, as it is the only thing that knocks down the body of ego. How many times have you wanted to tell someone whom you really love how much you appreciate everything they have ever done for you? I bet you have wanted to express your appreciation far more often than you have done it. The reason is our body of ego stands in the way. This one guy taunted me, saying he did not have a body of ego, and I replied that he had just demonstrated it. We all have it. If we don't, we would not be human. We so often feel that great love and just wish we knew how to share it without being embarrassed. When you are in a state of appreciation, it really trains you to express that love, which means you in turn receive it. The feeling, invisible to our eyes, is euphoric. It is feeling, and feeling is power. This simple quality of life is also crucial for success. It allows us to utilize our time efficiently and recognize every step we take. We are grateful for the time we have now, so it prevents us from just waiting around and procrastinating. We take full responsibility for our actions in the present, which allows us to really embrace our decisions as an opportunity for growth. More important, we begin to praise ourselves for who we really are. and it builds the faith and respect within us to be in pursuit of what we want. It aligns us with our friends' fear and it promotes us to work to our peak with a broadened mind. It truly helps us enjoy the process of success because we go in with the attitude of nothing to lose, everything to gain. Courage soon follows. For most, there are barriers that restrict them from discovering their slumbering power. Appreciation helps break down those psychological and emotional walls. It allows you to be more vibrant, loving, and happy. All those other qualities that are crucial for a successful life. If you begin to love life, you embrace it for the beauty and mystery it is. And that's what creates empowering energy. Appreciation is the key to letting your spirit take over your life. By adding such a simple ritual to your daily life, you will create a world of difference. Success without appreciation is no success at all. Appreciation is a wonderful thing. It makes what is excellent in others belongs to us as well. Voltaire. A state of appreciation, SOA. To get up each morning with the resolve to be happy is to set our own conditions to the events of each day. To do this is to condition circumstances instead of being conditioned by them. Ralph Waldo Trine. You can only imagine what a difference it will make every day to go through a list of things that you appreciate in the morning. Most wake up in the morning complaining, feel feet dragging halfway across the room. They have 2 coffees and still seem to be tired. I used to sulk so much in the morning that at times I came to tears. I once had someone say to me, the reason I complain all the time is because crap keeps happening in my life. I turned to him and said, the truth is, the reason crap keeps happening in your life is because you don't stop complaining. When we complain, we become the victim. When we are the victim, we don't get what we want in life. We get more of what we don't want. The energy that you carry from that dismal beginning will surely lead to you having a miserable day. In all honesty, how do you think the day is going to turn out? What hope are you giving it to improve and what incentive is there for life to give back if you disrespect it before you have even started your day? In order to make your day fulfilling, it is imperative that you begin by shifting your focus to the great things in life. If you do this for a few days, giving up the practice of appreciation will not be an option because the results are just too outstanding. You should also try to maintain that mood as much as you can. But even after a week or so, you will see that mood starting to become your nature. If you appreciate things, people around you will pick up that attitude as well. But to start, I am asking you to allocate time first thing in the morning to get into a state because that's what conditions you. When you appreciate something, you don't abuse it. Learn to appreciate all that's life. I once received an email from a woman with 3 children who was living overseas. She explained that she was suffering from depression. I find it amazing how people self-diagnose. People just walk around saying they are depressed as soon as something does not go their way for that moment. It's like, I missed out on buying that jacket. I am so depressed. Or I am so depressed. I missed going out with my friends on the weekend. People tag uncertainties in life to make something seem far worse than it actually is. How many people do you know who have taken medication for anxiety, depression and intense nervous, but still have the same troubles? They pop these pills for years to no avail. But amazingly, what I have seen from my own experience is that as soon as people become aware of their ability to recondition their own state, they are able to heal themselves. Branding an emotional or mental state separates you from having full control over it. And by continuing to tell people that you have depression, you will never be able to take control over your life. I am not saying that some people are not suffering from mental illness, but I like to keep the faith that many of us can overcome difficult emotional or mental states with the right tools. Not by taking a pill every time we feel sad, we can continue to suppress issues with a pill. But that's exactly what it does, suppress. True healing means you must get to the source, and that's